We want our clothes deliveries yesterday, our takeaways fast, and our websites to load now. Now, I can't help you with the first two, but I can maybe help you make your website load fast and keep your customers happy. That's right, I'm Barnaby, and today we're going to be exploring site speed and how to improve it in this episode of Giant Wednesday. So, let's kick things off with an explanation. What is site speed? Site speed is essentially a measure of how long it takes for a page to load on your website. Site speed is measured by looking at a sample of page views on a site, whereas page speed looks at a specific page. This is often reported back to you in a measurement of seconds. If it's minutes, we've got to start wondering what year you're in. So, why does site speed matter? Well, it's important to know that site speed is important for you website runners in two ways. One way is customer service, the other is the fact that Google values it as a ranking factor. Google, being the clever old beans they are, created a computer system modelled on the human brain called the deep neural network, and with 90% accuracy it was able to predict the following. If your site takes between 1 to 3 seconds to load, the probability of a user bouncing, or in other words leaving your site, increases by 32%. A site speed from 1 to 5 seconds increases the bounce probability to 90%. 1 to 6 seconds increases the probability by 106%, and 1 to 10 seconds increases the probability of bouncing to 123%. So, as you see, if you care about people visiting your site and having a positive experience with you, and maybe even converting, then site speed is definitely an important thing to work on. And just to back up the Google brain there, recent surveys have found that 47% of users expect a site to load in 2 seconds or less, and 52% of users are more likely to be loyal to a page with fast loading speed. It's also an important factor when it comes to your SEO, with page speed a direct ranking factor. Ultimately, everything Google considers an important factor to deserve to have your site seen online is about providing customers with a superb experience. You see how it all adds up now? So yeah, site speed. Get on it. Okay, so we now know what it is, why it's important. Now let's have a look at how to measure site speed. How do you know if you're super slow or lightning quick? There are loads of tools online, both paid and free, to help you find out what your site speed is, along with suggestions on how to improve it. One such option is loading up Google Analytics, clicking on the behavior drop-down box and then site speed and then overview. Here, you'll be able to see your average page load time. What's more, you'll be able to see how fast on average it takes to load on different browsers such as Firefox and the 3 people that still use Internet Explorer. You can also use tools like PageSpeed Insights to explore specific web pages. This tool breaks down the various elements that make up page and site speed, giving you a great to-do list to help improve your speed yourself. How to improve site speed? There's loads of different things you can do to improve your site speed, and tools that I've already mentioned will give you a great helping hand towards it. But my top 4 things that you can go away and action today are: compress your images. A lot of the time, a slow load speed is caused by heavy file size photos and graphics on your page. Make sure you're optimizing and compressing your images, keeping them around 200 kilobytes where possible. You may need to strike a balance between quality and file size, so you don't put a bunch of pixelated images on your site just so it loads quickly. Don't host your own videos. It goes without saying, but videos are pretty big, and people aren't going to sit around all day waiting for them to load. Use a third-party service such as YouTube or Vimeo and copy the embedded code link to add the video to your site without the hefty file size. Sort out your CSS. Look into optimizing your CSS, or ask your web development team to. Your CSS will load in before anything visual appears to the user, so longer CSS load times can cause you problems. Get rid of any extra code and minimize your CSS files. Some platforms, such as HubSpot and WordPress, actually have options to minimize your CSS automatically. So, make sure you're using those options where available. Enable browser caching. An easy way to speed up your site for returning visitors is to enable browser caching. This stores a bit of information from your site on the user's computer, so when they visit your site again, it will load even faster for them. As I said, there are loads of tips to cover off, but those are some great ones to get started on. So go out there and go speed up your site. If you have any questions at all, pop them in the comments section below. Otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more great content like this. Don't know what my hands just did. This has been Giant Wednesday. I've been Barnaby. Thank you for watching. How do you know if you're super slow?